Well, okay, welcome. I am the Seattle Black veteran, and I welcome everyone to the page. I'm show you how we progressing, and I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. Is we started off saying everybody who's retired. Oh, good lord, hold on. We talked about a lot of welcoming people who were just retired, disabled, and active duty. What I found out is what I really enjoy is hearing from the people who are civilians who are even married, are in a relationship with a person who was, are in. And I like to hear from everybody who's retired or just got out early in your career. And it's always good to hear your sides, your perspectives, and your sides to how you have been experiencing your life in the military, transitioning from the military to the civilian life, and what these things that you do to help move you to getting over some of the problems that you probably experienced through your disabilities or even just your retirement. All right, so we're going to chop it up a little bit more, even more about that, but let me give you a disclaimer before we get popping off here. I am not an attorney. I do not work for a legal association at all. I am not involved or with the VA at all. I am a lifetime member with the DAV. I do not tell anybody to do any particular representative. You find that representative that's going to work for you. Okay. I know some people might get mad about that, but it is what it is. I'm not going to lead you down a road that um, what I say too, as part of my disclaimer, and why I'm saying this, is that nobody's road is the same. Everybody has different experiences. And if you are inclined to get with somebody who is a legal representative and that's what you want to do, I am not trying to discourage you from any of that. Okay. I want you to find out what's the best for you to get to where you need to get to. All right. And I have to say this, you have to show your due diligence at going at that, getting what you want to get. Seriously, you guys got to really be going up the road and get with that. I want you guys to come in and chime in on this too. Okay, so one of the things I got asked a question, and we got asked this a few times on this channel, is if you're a woman who was married to a military person, you got a divorce, and 3 or 4 years or whatever afterward, he's got a retirement. Are you entitled to get anything? And from what most of I see is that it's no. That's just my opinion, because but the kids, that's another thing. And my brother, the first Magnum, we were talking about that with at a 10%. What your kids get. So I want anybody who's, even if you're on the channel and you have experienced that particular thing, drop some knowledge that'll help get answers to this particular question. All right. Because that's what we're here for. And that's why I say when I started this channel, I'm giving you everything that I have been going through and what I'm going through currently. Okay. And I'm hoping that this will help you get to where you want to go to. All right. If you have a service connected disability, by all means, man, I want you to get this, stay on top of that. And we talked about it in the past. Okay. But here's another question for you guys. And thank you guys who are actually up in here. I appreciate you. Let me move you over here. Thank you so much. Oh, African Dreaming. Hello, my brother. Oh, and African Dreaming. Just I was thinking about this video. I'm gonna put this up in just a second. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it up now. And African Dream will tell you everything. And if you get a chance, check out this brother's page. He will tell you everything about what I'm about to show you on here. And he asked me, I think it was African Dreamer, somebody asked me about where they're serving food. They're back serving food up there, a little bit expensive. So let me put this little ditty up here so we can uh and I will tell you, African Dreamer, this was you, brother. I was thinking about you the whole time. I was like, okay, I gotta go ahead and play this. So this is actually going to the Space Needle. Me and my good friend Patty. And if you're on deck here, Patty, hey, shouts out to you as well. We went to the Space Needle, and I'm gonna move this over here so I can actually see you guys in the front room here. Hey, there we go, Maddie. Good evening. Oh, and Denise, you up in the house. Good evening, my beautiful lady. Good evening. Good evening. It's so good to see you. I gotta catch you on your page. You really, you rock, girl. You 100. All you guys, and Marcellus is up in the room too. Hey, welcome, brothers. I see you. Shouts out. So this is actually going to the Space Needle. And so while we're getting a prelude before we go to chapter 31, in African Dream, and he'll tell you so much about this spot, and Patty's up in and you guys. So up above there is the monorail. Monorail it goes about maybe a mile. Not the most productive thing they ever put over here, but it is what it is. Okay, so I want you guys' opinion on this, okay? Because I talked about a DD-214. We all have to have one of those. If you look in box, I think it's 25, it will tell you whether you're honorable, dishonorable, or whatever. But box 26 has a code. All right. So let me ask you guys this. And if you guys know any officers that are around in the room, officers, okay, like this is a current thing that's happening now. An officer refused to take the vaccination, and he was in charge of a ship. So he's a captain or skipper if you're in the Navy or the Marines. So he refused to take it. The military wanted to kick him out. Supreme Court overturned it. He's going back into his job. Now, I would say this, he would not have his commission renewed. I mean, everybody knows this, right? Am I the only one who knows this? Good seeing you, all of you guys here. Thank you so much for being up in here. So the question was this, and if he was allowed to complete his commission, but he will not be allowed to renew his commission, is his family, his kids are entitled to anything? And I would tell you, this is one of the biggest questions that's been happening now. Is most of it's asking about a lot of the kids, you know, whether they can be compensated. Wives will fall very thin on this, on that particular thing. Okay, so here we are pulling up into it's the parking lot on the north side of the Space Needle. Kind of a crazy parking lot, but anyway. So we're gonna be parked and get out and show you a few things from there. An African Dreaming. I'm so glad that you you caught me today, because I was like, I gotta put this out, but love you guys. So that's my question for anybody who's active duty or retired from any branch who can actually kick that up, because I'm gonna look for it. And this is what I'm telling you, and maybe I'm gonna fall apart as a streamer later on, is that um not having all the answers, but I don't want to proclaim I have all the answers. I want us to know that if you're particularly thinking about something, that maybe somebody can help, you know, give you a little bit of something to get you, keep you going. All right, so that was my question for that, because we had another question about wives who are divorced prior to the man, or the man or woman, or vice versa, when they retire. Is the spouse who was in a relationship 15 or 5 years ago entitled to anything? I don't think they are, but I would say their kids are. And then it depends on um, with how they retired, or if it was a commission officer, he got out. He wasn't able to renew his commission, but he got out, and that's why I say I want to, you know, see what's in box 25 and 26, the code, discharge, and the code. Um, both of those, I want to see what those are. Then it can better help you figure out where you need to find the answer to that question. So this is us pulling at that. This is the Paul Allen Music Experience. We saw that we're headed up towards the fountain over in right by the Space Needle. African Dreamer can tell you a lot about this as well. But yeah, right by the Space Needle. But what I'm saying is, you need that particular information. I know some people probably in Patreon's gonna be mad at me for giving that the foresight there. But if you really want to find out whether you are entitled to anything, um, you're gonna have to find out what the discharge is, and you're gonna find out what the discharge is and the wording, and then you have to see what the code is behind that. Because you can be honorable. I was honorable, and then I had to get an LCC or something that was behind it, and it was early discharge because at the time I was getting out, they were not requiring. They didn't need a force so heavy. The military has to balance out what they're going to do with their forces, how much they're going to spend where. And at that time, they were like, okay, you're cool. You can go ahead and get out. So it said honorable. And then right next to it in 26, it had a code box. Okay. So I want you guys to be particularly watching out for that. Really be careful about that. All right. You guys gonna come back and look at this later on? I think there's like one person watching me now, and they probably Patty probably said good night. But African Dreamer, I appreciate you still here. Okay, so that code is very important. All right, so right now we're going inside the Space Needle. Well, actually, we're just getting outside of the dinery, the eatery that's over there, and now this is going up to up into the elevator, so you can go up to the Space Needle to top. Yeah, so I want need you guys help with that question there about that. Also, African Dreaming, brother, hold up. If you are still up in here and you want to come up, I want you to come up, my brother, if you want to. And just shout out and see where you are and what's going on with you. Let me get mine together over here. But let me put this up here. And I appreciate you being here, brother. But yeah, and you can ask me questions too. I was telling some people that I got so many questions asking me about the Space Needle, and I'm like, seriously. But it was cool. It was cool. Here we go. All right. I'm glad you're here too, brother. There we go. Let me see. I'm still working on all this, guys and girls. So. But yeah, this is coaching the elevator going up to the top of the Space Needle about right now. Yeah, so we'll be getting off and then we'll heading outside. Triple pane windows, tilted about 40, I think maybe a 45-degree angle or whatever. One second. And yeah, so we'll head outside here, and this is at the top of the Space Needle. I mean, though I think the Columbia Tower may be a little bit taller than this here, but you're looking at Lake Washington here on the right-hand side here. That's Lake Washington, and we head around to the Pacific Ocean, guys and girls. Pacific Ocean's here. We're gonna bring you. It was a beautiful day up there. It's very crowded. The farthest tourist that they had from there, myself and my friend Patty actually, was tourists from Germany. So yeah, all right. So even want to take you through this, let's talk about this. This chapter 31. Okay, I mentioned this earlier, but I want to make sure I want to reiterate some things. And if you have questions, please hit me in the comments. Guys, hit the like button or just hit the comments because I love to hear what you're thinking so I can address those issues if I can, and we're going to find where we can get those answers, because I say this all the time. There's not going to be a lot of people willing to help you with your situation, especially if you're not trying to find it out. That's my girl right here. I love you, girl. I appreciate you so much. Have a good night, beautiful doll. And thank you for even blessing me with your presence. I really do appreciate you. But yeah, so with the chapter 31, what I mentioned was the first thing is contacting your regional office. And you can find those at looking at the, I think it's the VNRE, whatever state that you're living or county that you're living in .org, or just put it in Google search, and it should bring you to a page that you can talk to somebody. Well, so what it's going to be is, let's break it down. Just do it real quick. You're going to have to apply. You're going to contact them. They're going to send you information, paperwork that they want you to fill out to apply. Okay. So the basic paperwork, and I think I showed it last time, but it's basically just you giving them information about your disability rating, and when you got that disability rating, and actually what that disability rating is. All right. So once you get that, they're going to turn around and they're going to say, thank you, but I thought so too. They're going to ask you more about your employment. Once you get that, they're going to say, and I always experience this, they're going to tell you, okay, after reviewing your paperwork and your medical records, your rating, you are eligible to receive the VNRE services. Okay, once they ask you for that, that's from paper. Once you get that particular notice back, that's when the paperwork's going to be starting to kick in. So I would say this: always have, for everything that you do as far as working, have your resume already updated and on standby, because they're going to ask you and they're going to send some paperwork to you. And I would say this is an easier way to do it is, if you have that information already in your resume, you know as well as I do, copy paste it to what they're inquiring about. Okay. If you have any questions when you receive that form and you're not getting the right answers, contact your representative and inquire that you're not sure about certain things. Pardon me. Or what particular lines that you need to fill out, and how do you need to fill them out? Okay. So always stay fast to that and understand that you get the paperwork sent to you if you're going for chapter 31, and they're going to ask you, okay, you're accepted. Now give us your resume. And that means every job you work. Now, understand this. This is the same thing that works with Social Security disability insurance, is that they want to know what is the major job that you have done in the majority of your life. So if you were supervisor for 15 years and then you were working in administration for the last 2 years before you were just totally went out of the job market, that's what they're going to be focusing on. Okay. All right. So, okay, this is the top of the Space Needle. I want you to notice this: out in the middle of this water here is a cruise ship. And you hardly ever see cruise ships out in this water, in this particular area. This is actually along the same line. There's a ferry going to Bainbridge and also going to Bremerton. So yes, I traveled that route for 15 years, and good Lord, man. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? Oh, this is my girl here. Um, I appreciate you so much here. Satis Masorio. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hello to you, and thank you for blessing me and everyone with your presence. We appreciate you. So, guys, guys and girls, I'm gonna drop the link again in a minute if you want to come up. But this is actually facing towards the south end of the Space Needle. And so the bigger, blacker building in the middle is one of the tallest buildings here. And they have the Ferris wheel that's right off the water, and right behind there both is the baseball field and the football field. Ever since they messed up and messed us out of our basketball, we have hockey, and we have soccer. So we're doing that. Okay. Right on. Okay. So as I was talking about, okay, so once they approve you, they're going to send you a representative from theirs. And this guy, I think it's I forget the acronym for it because it's been a while and I just saw it a minute ago. So please forgive me. But I just want you to know the really what's going to occur. All right. Once they send you a counselor, the person that is going to be an evaluator, and they're going to send you through test, through other tests. And like I said before, the only really test I thought that was interesting was, okay, so you get a math test, After the math tests, you'll get a reading and comprehend. Well, you get a reading comprehension before that. That's here in Washington. It may differ for where you are, but prepare your mind and your time for that. Because once you get the test and the test is completed, they're gonna send you another, like, a 310, and it's just filling the bubbles. And again, like I say, one would ask you, "Do you like photography? Do you like, technology? Or do you like playing games?" And all these some of them be kinda repetitious, but they're kinda, like, aiming to where they would like to see if they where they can position you for employment, or where they can position you to get the education to prepare you for that employment. All right. But now understand this. If you are going to get education, you get paid a little bit percentage more because you are in school, and they'll pay you some more on top of what your disability money is coming to you. Okay. Now, what the exact percentage is, I'm not sure, but I want you to know that that is a payable clause for you. On top of that, if you get going to school, and I would suggest a trade school if you're over 40, or if you're over 35, trade school, and if you just really want to go to a 4-year college. Trade school, you can get what you need to get, and you can get paid for it. Now, if you're going to a trade school or a college, you can still find work on the college that will help pay for any other thing. Now, the 31 will pay for your books and any equipment that requires for you to complete that degree. If you are in a degree that requires you to have a laptop, you can inquire for to get paid for that by the VNRE. Okay. They will look and they will see whether you are eligible for that, and you can get paid, get a laptop. All right. So know this. All right. I want you to be on top of this, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, because uh, this here will save you a lot of money, time, and money. Okay. Also, well, I hope you guys, we're back again over towards Lake Washington, and this is facing towards Eastern Washington. Well, no, not Eastern Washington, because you would see that's one thing. We didn't see the Mount Rainier. And if I did and I missed it, guys and girls, just let me know. I appreciate it. Oh man, I appreciate you, brother. Uh, but yeah. So if you're into that, okay, you can get a laptop. All your stuff will be paid for. You can get on campus here, and you can get a job on campus. Getting a job on campus will help you pay for any other things that you probably may need to have or whatever. But if understand this too, as a disabled veteran, you are allowed a lot of other amenities. Okay, so look at your school, look at your state. If you go into a college, whether it's a tech college or whether it's a 4-year college, um, get with your veterans counselor, and they should inform you of all the amenities that you are afforded, or that you are your benefits are, where they that you are required to have. Let me say that. You will have some good counselors. You will have some good professors. Some you want, some of you, but you have to weigh that on your own, and you have to get there. Okay, but I just want to let you know that this is available for you. Okay, so once you finish with the and one thing, don't go to and get to school. Don't go to school and get paid for it, and if you're not authorized to pay for it, because they will get upset, because some people have tried this. They go to school and think, well, I'm already in the school and I'm gonna have them guys reimburse me. They don't want you to do that at all until after you get an evaluation where they think that they need to help you be. If you prematurely do that, it's not to say that you can't get it approved, but you're going to piss some people off. So I recommend strongly just waiting for these cats to do that. And honestly, this is one of the things that I found that talking with one of my counselors is it's hard for people to be punctual. And I understand because this stuff is coming at you. This is why I want to give you a heads up and let you know what's coming at you so you can be punctual, because the more punctual you are, the more favor you earn with your people there who is trying to help you get to where you need to get. when you're more punctual and you're more honest with the system. Okay, this right here, when this is the glass floor, and it goes around, and this is actually the gear that is turning the floor. Uh, that when you go down, it's just a little level before above the other scenic deck, but this is a glass floor. People can sit on it. I think it takes like 30 minutes round, fully round 360 degrees, but you can see everything up below it, and you can see the gears that are turning it. Now, before that wasn't really up there a lot, but you know, I want you guys to get ahead. So you see this kid bouncing up and down on here, testing the floor. And down below, once you guys honestly know, there's a Pacific Science Centers for the kids. There's a glass garden. This here, right below here, it used to be the Key Arena, but now it is. And Patty, if you hear, type it in there. Someone is something green, because Seattle's trying to go back, trying to get green. Oh, did we see about rain here, Patty? Yeah, it wasn't visible that day. Okay, so maybe, and that's why I didn't recognize. That's why I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, it wasn't there. But yeah, it was in summertime. I'm telling you guys, get down here, especially towards when Seafair. And African Dreamer can tell you about that. Seafair is going to be up here. And now after the COVID and everything's over, um, it's already popping up here. So um, downtown Seattle may return because they know it's probably gonna be popping this summer. Um, but yeah, get down here and enjoy. And I would say this. Okay, let me give you my honest now. People are, and I know I'm veering off here, but if you're gonna see come to Seattle, I would say this: if you really want to get the best bang for your buck, go to the Pike Place Market. You can spend pretty much all day there. All right. If you're gonna get a hotel, get it downtown because you can be right there. It's not they're starting to clean up downtown on the real. Um, a lot of the tent cities and all that are disappearing, and the businesses are working on returning. But it will be good. But if you're gonna do that, oh, okay. So Pike Place Market, catch the ferry. African Dreamer can contest to this too. Catch the ferry. If you catch a ferry, you can go to Bainbridge. And the reason why I say the ferry because it's cheap. You can walk on the ferry. You pay to go there, and you can. It's free to come back. Okay, so this is us descending, leaving out of the Space Needle, and I think this thing is about to end. So we're gonna probably I'm gonna stop it somewhere in here and let's just rock with it there. All right, let's get over here. All right. So I would say yes, get down here at that time. And oh, here we go. Yeah, Patty's got it right. There's the Climate Pledge Arena now. So that means that Washington is trying to get back in the green. And it would be cool because when they call it Emerald City, coming on the ferry, if you go to okay, go to Bainbridge. Bainbridge's got a lot of mom and pop shops, but they're good shops. Check them out. Because Bainbridge actually limits how many commercial places can be put on their particular island. Okay, and there's a lot of politicians and a lot of people got some good money live over there, and I don't blame them. Nice place to live, but there's a 30-minute ride to Bainbridge from Seattle and back. Okay, Bremerton is an hour ride from Seattle to Bremerton, and then back is an hour. So you'll pay going to Bremerton. Now, Bremerton to me, it's a it's still a quiet town. There's hardly anybody there, but you have the Naval Museum. You're coming in right by the shipyard. Anthony's, a little bit expensive, but it's very good place to eat. Kind of the best seafoods that I had over in that janky joint. It was cool. Uh, yeah, I think it was so that okay, you said the video was great. I think I saw Everett from there. Oh yeah, you're probably so right. You know what? I'm gonna just do this and just back it up because I want you guys to enjoy, just when we're chopping it up here, and even I say the armory and the armory, it's a food place behind there. It's not an armory. Maybe sometime in the past, I don't know the history. Okay, so okay. But let me get you guys over here, man. I always say, the best thing in life is to enjoy each moment, even though you're going through some choppy stuff here. So, oh, this is inside, so downstairs is always the what do you call it? The gift shop is all downstairs. And so, of course, this is just going up to the elevator. So I'm gonna run this back for you guys so you can see it. Yeah. Thanks, Patty, for kicking in the Pledge Arena. So, you guys and girls, women, men, you have any questions about the veteran thing, let's get on here and chop it up and do it because um, it's one thing I want to also to inject, and I need you guys to do this. Um, take care of yourselves. I do this YouTube, and it's been interesting because it is a job. I don't do it as a good job, so you can see I'm not a good employee. employee. But no, I say this because um, um, personally, sleep, eating, you have to get there. Eating good, sleeping good, understanding things that you know that your body can deal with and what it can deal with. There's nothing wrong with that. But I need you guys to stay focused on just loving yourselves. Oh, good night, patty cakes. I appreciate you, my dear friend. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Yeah, oh, yeah, I got to go work with the actually another beautiful thing that's going on now. I need everybody's input. This is a question I have for y'all, and I haven't learned how to put these questions in here. Um, even though I paid for this now, I still don't really know how to put my logo in the corner. So yeah, I'll learn it. Um, I'm going to be blessed. There's a senior and youth um, um, getting together where the youth are inquiring questions from us as seniors, where us as seniors are giving, answer, inquiring questions from them as well. I think it's gonna be a beautiful thing. I was in it before, and I was really happy about it. So, um, yeah. So tomorrow, I am blessed to be doing that. So tomorrow afternoon, I'll get with you guys, and I promise you, I'll do my gosh darndest to try to do every other day, because and bring you some topics that you're concerned about, and that you're interested in, and that we need to address. I would say this: I talk to my doctors every time I want to go to the VA, and I understand it's not my doctor's fault that the way the VA operates, but then we have to understand that the VA is one of the largest healthcare system, if not the largest healthcare system in the country. So Kaiser can't even hold a candle to those guys or anything like that. So I say this as well: if you are a veteran and you are able 30 to, I think it's 30 to 50% disability, you can get your even if you're 10, you can get seen by your doctors. You'll pay for your medications, and I don't think there'd be astronomical like if you're paying for them at a private doctor. So get in there and do your thing. I'm saying this as well. Uh, they have all their doctors in one place. So if you're not in there seeing your doctor, you need your ass whooped. All right, get in there and see your damn doctor and stop playing. Okay. And if you got dental, get in there. Stop making excuses. I tell my doctors, I have a YouTube channel. I say, I have a few people who are beautiful and listen to this, and I need them to know that, uh, every all these there is no thing 100% smooth. You're gonna run into some problems, but get in there and get your stuff done. And if you are getting in there and taking care of yourself, my props to you. My props to you. Stay in there and keep doing the fight because you know it's not easy, but you can do it, right? So just get in there and do it and keep fighting. And it's it's for your family as well. All right. So let's cap this up with chapter 31. And I want you to think of them in numbers. The first number is you're going to contact them and say that you are inquiring whether you can receive their services. Now, two, they're going to hit you back and say, we need you to fill out this particular information. Say, allowing us to get access to your medical and to your employment history. And it's what we need for you to do. So you're going to turn around and get some paperwork from them. Now, I always say this, I just said it a second ago, have your resume ready so you can copy and paste because this is what a lot of you are going to be doing. All right. So once they get that paperwork and they go, okay, yeah, you're cool and gang. Now, what we're going to do is send you a counselor, a representative, and she's going to give her a series of tests so we can pinpoint where you are. That person is going to ask you some crazy outlandish questions as well. You will get asked some questions like your ex-wife, what was her job, what was her grade level, and you're like, what the hell does that have to do pertaining to me? And again, I would say contact that counselor and inquire that question because I inquired it and the question I have really does escapes my mind. But it was stupid, whatever, and it wasn't like something serious, I believe, from my perspective. Okay, guys and girls. All right. So when you get that, they're gonna like ask you all these things: access to your medical, they want to know your resume, they want everything about you, so they can pinpoint and put you in a place. And those are the best people to get it done. The best people to get it done. So when you get with those rocking with those people, get your paperwork done and stay serious with that. Those people will get it done. I went to some work sources. I told them, no, I'm working with these people. They said, well, we have nothing else to say. Okay, keep working with those people. All right. So if you got that opportunity to get in and get it done, after all that questioning and everything, they're gonna ask for your appeals and all that and this and that. For me, I was unable to work. 100% total PTIU, permanent total individual unemployable. Unable to work. My medications it just worked me out. And this is one of the reasons why I don't do my videos as much as I would love to. That 9-hour one, I doubt ever if I get that close, but that wore me out. And this is why I say we're gonna be about everything in here, guys and girls. Uh, uh, and I want you guys, to express your opinions as well, because this doesn't start with me or end with me. Thing is, you're gonna have inquiring questions, and if you're loving working around or with a person who has service connected issues or just service connected, period, understanding that platform of where they come from. And it's us coming here not to ridicule anybody, not to dog anybody. It is for you to, be cool with who you are. You can express some of the things that you're going through so we can talk about getting resolved. Because as I was going through this, guys, I'm telling you, I had nobody to talk to. Well, I had my best friend Patty. Um, but over 30 years, it was me. So, how do you do it? And so, so I found this little crazy ditty right here. I love, so you guys can see this. It's just my screen. For me, about these little crazy, I like this stuff here. These little, this is a coaster. It's like a 45. I love vinyl. So, yeah, so we listen to a lot of vinyl, but anything you guys can do to, bring yourself to the most happiest place you can be and loving life and understand how important you are here. That is my mission. I don't ever want anybody in here to feel like nobody looks after you or cares about you. You gotta care about yourself, but we gotta help you understand that you mean more than what you may mean. And if you rocking with it, hey man, 100, I much love to you. Salute. Hey man, do your stuff because and help us educate other people, and do what we need to do for us to get rocking here. And African Dream, and this is my dude. He's cool in the game. Because every time I rap to him, he knows so much about Seattle, but this is just especially for you, brother. And okay, guys and girls, I was going to stay until 11 o'clock tonight, but I think I am going to do what we can do here. I did a thing at Pike Place Market, so every time we talk, we're gonna get some things done. But we're gonna get it done, and we're gonna get you in a relaxing mode. You know, energy that I get when people challenge you. Yeah, you need that sometime to push you to doing what you need to do. Okay, so any questions on chapter 31, please hit me in the comments. If there's more that you think I missed from different branches, if questions, please hit me in the comments. And please subscribe. And I'm hoping that we can grow to where we are addressing all these issues. And like I say, the current issue, what I was outside of the chapter 31 was an officer recently refuses to take a vaccinated shot. The Navy kicked him out. He went to the Supreme Court. They overturned it, sent him back in to work. Now, how long do you think how much crap do you think he's going to be putting up with? How much stuff is he going to be putting up with? And he's not going to get his recommission back. Once his commission is over, it's over. So this is why I say, and I got to ask this question, another scenario where this person did the same, said, I work too much, I refuse to work anymore, I'm done. And so they discharged this person, right? Let him finish his commission, but they discharged her. So now, what does it say here on this DD 214? Everybody knows the DD 214, 25 and 26. If it's different on your sheet, I saw 25 and 26 on the DD 214. That's row 25, 26. What does it say? What's the code it says? Right next to that, right? So that code will determine whether you may be entitled to certain benefits or not. That's my speculation on it. And the reason why I speculate on it like that is because I had to look at mine, and somebody circled it a while back ago. And that circle that they did still shows up on my DD 214. So why would they circle that? And that was the code in 26 after the 25 that says honorable. All right. So be cognizant of that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And look at the type that you're getting, because if you get something that you don't believe that you have, that you did not deserve, you have a right to appeal. Now look at how long you have a right to appeal. And because, is it a time that wears out on it where you can't appeal? You need to know that. All right. So if you're going to roll with that, you need to know that. Because even if you call an attorney, and the attorney's going to look at like, well, how long ago was this? 30 years ago? What are we talking about here? Right. So if you're just getting out, let's say it's even 30 years ago, you still may be able to have a case. I don't believe in no until you hear no, but if you go get an attorney, I don't know how these attorney rocks when they come to that, and that is, will they want money on the back end because they think you have a case, or do they want money on the front end so they can go and see if you have a case? My opinions, okay? My opinions, all right? And it's because I dealt with attorneys. It's just my opinion, okay? So you don't have to believe me. You don't do what just do what you're gonna do. Okay, so that's gonna be important. I say determining what your kids may be entitled to. Now, interesting question for all of you. How long does your mother or father have to serve in the military? And just like the first Magnum Act, and if they're only at 10%, how long, if they're at 10%, does either of those matter when you're looking to see if your children are entitled to any benefits? Two questions, too. Is that person alive, or is this person no longer with us? So let's look at the alive factor. Let's say if they're alive at 10% out of the military because of medical, well, then again, yeah, you can be out of the military medical at 10%. So if you're out of the military at 10%, and your kids retire, are your kids entitled? Let's say if you're married, but if you're married, you're only going to get just your 10%, but the dependents. Now, is that an interesting question, guys and girls? How your dependents are covered? And this is another thing I want you to understand too. Why I bring this up is that um, some people are so entrenched with their problems that they don't want to exist anymore. I would say this: I would never think like that, because I have a loved one or loved ones who will probably benefit more if I was doing my darndest to take care of myself, but I happen to leave this planet because of my service-connected injuries. So then they will be entitled for something, okay? But if I just go ahead and do something crazy like boom, done. No. So if you're gonna rock with me, I'm rocking with you so we can help each other get to the point where we can live comfortable. Yes, it is a trial. And if you're suffering mentally, again, please go to any VA doctor and try to seek some mental health help. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Getting yourself together is a beautiful thing, especially when you got people who love you and who really want to see you do good. And so here we are, and we are going to be a community. I don't care. We can rock with 4 or 5 people, but I'm going to give you as best information I can that I know about. Like I say, I'm not an attorney, not nowhere associated with legal. I'm giving you just from my perspective. And I have to give it to you on the real because I've been there and it wasn't cool. I mean, it was what it is. But I I will never knock anybody for trying. Just again, we're gonna get the heck out of here, guys and girls. But I want you to know, okay, that like you say, like I say, you're not on your own. This is actually coming up Fifth Street, going through Seattle, headed towards the Space Needle, which is actually a little north from where I am. Where I was, I'm actually 20 minutes north, south of Seattle. Um, and so, yeah, this is coming up in here. So I just want you guys to see this. And there are some bomb restaurants. Somebody asked me, what would I recommend a place to eat? And I'm so sorry to get back with you right away with that. Recommended place to eat in Seattle. Oh, good Lord. Man, you know what? I have to really meditate on that one there because the last couple of places I ate in Seattle was at the Pike Place Market. Because you can get some fresh seafood there. I mean, a little choppy on the prices. That's no joke. And then down by the waterfront, next to the Big Whale, there's a place over there. I forget what it's called, Joe's Crab. I think it's Pier 56. Check out Pier 56. That may be cool too. African Dreamer chime in on this too. I'm putting the brother up here on the spot. But yeah, it's it's cool. You can pick your spots, but the Space Needle, I think African Dreaming asked me that they are serving food at the Space Needle there. I didn't eat there this time. I'm gonna give you the hard fact. If you come downtown Seattle, go to a place where you're gonna have to pay for your parking. Pay for your parking, even if it's like $15 or $20. Pay for it. We were down at the Pike Place Market. I had to be honest with you. Parked over there, came out, the mugs towed my car, right? So it was $300 to get my car back, another $20, $30 just to get to where my car was to get my car back. So again, this is the monorail right here. So if you're parking down there, make sure you park in a parking garage or a parking lot that you pay for. So we went up there, to make a long story short. I went up to the Space Needle, saw they're eating. And what's the cool thing about it? If you're eating up there, you're still in the rotating part of the deck there. So you're eating and you're, getting a 360-degree view. So if you go up there, yes, I would say for the view wise, definitely. How the food is, I really couldn't tell you, but I promise you, I think probably end of the month, if I'm in town, I will definitely go up there and we will take the camera and you guys will see what we're talking about up there, baby. So we can tell you what the food is like up there, and I can give you 100. But yeah, so yeah, the 31, after you get to 31, like I say, I would do this. I would, in hindsight, if you're gonna apply for the chapter 31, once you apply for it, even if you start before then, go and start looking at particular schools that you want or you're interested in. Talk to the counselors there, right? Um, See what it takes for you to get that particular training, and see how they can help you with getting your VNRE to help you over there. Be careful now, because some of these guys are just shysters and they just want you to come over there so they can get money or whatever, whatever. There's a crackdown on that, a big crackdown on that. So that see that popping off, they're gonna really get with that. So be precise. Get up in there and go through all the questions. And maybe I can probably show you this here. Let me see if I can dig this up for you. What I want to show you is quit Da Vinci. Save, yes, save it, yes. Spacing. I do apologize. All right, let's go ahead. Save it at 2022. Right. I want to show you this. The reason why I wanted to show you this particular graph here is because this is like the bubbles on about 100 and oh god, yeah, I apologize for that, guys. So I can stop that for a second. Um, this was for, yeah, if you can see this, let me show you this here. Okay, so if you could see this, some of these questions here, labor union leader, lawyer, they ask you all these particular questions on this bubble sheet. And if you look at the last one here, let me see, I think it's 300 or something on here, 370 bubble questions. Okay, so you're going to get hit with those. So kind of be prepared to look for that. And actually, it's not a thing of whether, it's a test or not. It's not none of that at all. Uh, it's more like just to find out where you are, where they would like, where they think they can place you, with all the probabilities of the jobs that you can get. So there's 370 bubble questions, and man, I wish I can show you this other stuff here, but um, let me see. I can probably just read it over here. If it doesn't pop up over here, yeah, just shut it down over there. So let's get that back in this little row. Yeah, so just be prepared for that. I just want you to get mentally and physically prepared for that. Oh, there's my girl here. Let's see. Oh yes, Demetrius Jazz Alleys has some of the best food ever downtown, and he's correct with that. And hey, African Dreamer, you are so right with that. This, like I say, this video is dedicated to you, brother. And he's so right about that. And Jazz Alley, let me see, last Saturday, I think Sister Sledge was at Jazz Alley for you old schoolers like me. Sister Sledge was at Jazz Alley. A nice place where you can see, good music, good people, and good food. Yes, I agree with that. Um, and yes, setting some good soil. Yes, I do. Okay, she's answered too. But yeah, guys, if you get downtown, that is a good place to eat. There's some places at Pike Place Market, but it's kind of like, yeah, look at the prices and all that stuff too, what you get yourself into. But um, I just want you guys to be heads up with that Seafair, and African Dreamer can tell you about that Seafair coming up when here, since there's so much rain pretty much around the year, because you can see as everybody's walking through the video, you see they have jackets on. I know this is Washington, but yeah, it's still a jacket and sweater type of weather up here. And the reason I show you this little bit here is so some of the history of Space Needle as you are walking in line to go get to the elevator is what you're seeing here right now. Um, yeah. Um, but yeah, at the same time, I want to give you guys some, I want to talk to you about serious about getting some things done. This is an elevator going up, and unfortunately, my camera wouldn't act right, and it wouldn't catch us until we got it to the top. So that's why we got it going out. But this is coming straight out to the doors here. Now that COVID, I think COVID, you still have to wear a mask indoors in the space, but when you go outside here, you don't have to wear a mask. It may not be a mask indoors either. I didn't know this because usually I just never mask anywhere. But uh, north end of the Space Needle is Lake Washington, as you see right to the right of you there. It's Queen Anne up there. You can get some good shots of Washington from the Queen Anne, the Space Needle. Right over here to the right of the waterfront here is normally where you see the cruise ships leaving from here going to Alaska. They still have a few cruise ships that go from here to Alaska, and it stops in Canada because of the rules. They can go travel in the United States, but you have to stop in a foreign country, and so you will stop in Victoria, Canada, probably on your last leg coming back, and it probably just a half day, just so you can say you was in Canada, but you'll spend more times up in the Juneau. Uh, geez, what else? What's up with Juneau to Alaska? What's the main city? Anchorage. Yeah, so you will stop in a few of those places there. And I would say, for being here, I can understand if you're in Florida because all the ships leave out of Florida going to the Bahamas. But here, um, the thing is, I would say if you're going to catch it now before all this ice caps start melting away because we didn't see a lot, but we saw some up there in the winter that I went a few years ago. Okay, so but again, wow, we've been rocking. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. And again, let me see here. Let me see. I'm gonna drop this channel. If anybody wants to roll and come up here, you're more than welcome. And I guess my thing is here too. I was talking to a friend of mine. Well, I was talking to my doctor, and I was asking him about, I said, hey, I run this channel. I do this channel. I said, it's just really trying to give back um, and save some people from going through the headaches that I went through. So how do we rock? So I'm not quoting my doctor, but I would say from my doctor's perspective. Oh, good lord, you messed that up. On the way there. So let me see here. But from my doctor's perspective is this is coming in from the south end of Seattle, coming off of Airport Way. And this will actually show you some of what I mean by it's kind of cleaned up a little bit more from the downtown area. Uh, Yeah, so she's a seafarers always has been entertaining a bay full. Yes, you're not lying about that. So to the left of us here is the football stadium. To the left, straight ahead is Columbia Tower, the tallest dark black building there, Columbia Tower. Okay, let me stop this. I'm gonna show you this real quick. And this is what I say for if you are a veteran. This place here, I don't know if you can see it, it's right in front of me. I just want to shake my mouse here. Um, yeah, right here to the right here. This is the Salvation Army, a place for homeless. So veterans as well. What I would say this, not to recommend any shelters at all, but I been by this place, talked to some people who lived in the place, and you're right across from the football stadium, but you're right up the street from the VA and everything else. So a short bus ride will help get you to where you want to get if you're in that area. But anyway, let us continue. I apologize. But straight ahead to the left of us is going to be, well, before this person try to runs me off the road, right here where the arches are, that is the baseball stadium. Well, actually, the football stadium. Right behind the football stadium is a baseball stadium. This is the football stadium. It has no retractable dome. It's just straight up getting. Oh, good lord! How did we get there? Mm. I don't know where that came from, but anyway. Yeah. So, Seattle's finest, always in the house. Uh, my tough is behind there a little bit. But anyway, guys and girls, if there's any questions, I am going to go to the VA again tomorrow. I have to connect with the senior youth committee. And what's so beautiful again about this again is that the youth wants to do this, and so we're trying to see about how we can make these things happen and bridge the gap. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There's my girl. Come on up here. Let me get you in here. I apologize. How you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm doing all right. Yes,
Oh,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. You sound wonderful. How's your evening going?
Oh, it's pretty good. I was getting ready to go to bed and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Look, I got up out the bed.
Bless you.
I got an appointment tomorrow, so
Bless you.
but
Thank
yeah,
you.
I got questions now. You talking about these codes and stuff,
Hmm.
and you said yours had a circle on it. Mine has a circle on it too.
Really? Yeah. I don't know what the significance
Yeah.
of the circle is, but did you look up your code?
No, I didn't because I was trying to find out where can I go and African Dreaming was telling me to go to benefits to look it up because even on Realisment is got a code on that too.
Yeah. So I would say
And I
this:
don't
just do
think I
that.
could, but I can't be realistic anyway.
What do you
But
mean?
I did try to re-enlist and they told me no.
What? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, but okay. So this is what I would say on
Yeah.
that is you can go just do on the Google search DD2 dash two DD dash 214 line 26. Or I think it's on 26. But look on it, whatever that code is, whatever it is in there, or on there, it should say on 26 what that code is. And let me see if I can pull up my DD 214 and see so I can get you guys totally on point here. Let me get rid of that and give you this here. So what we're gonna do here is come on to get this right. Hey, well, let me welcome my brother in here too. Is African Dreaming. How you doing, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You doing all right?
Hey, hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Oh man, it's a blessing to have
All
you on
right, and you?
board here.
Doing good, y'all. Doing good. I'm blessed, man. I'm just
Why
enamored
you
with by
up
how
so
my
late?
I ain't up late now. It's early. It's 8:19 in the morning. I done been out with
It's
chickens
what,
and
three
been up.
o'clock in the morning, right?
No, it's eight
What?
nineteen.
Oh, I hear chickens, the rooster. I just heard
Yeah,
that
that's
Mm-hmm.
my
rooster.
yeah, that's my rooster back there. Yeah.
And
It's
so what's
time to
up
get
with you,
up.
brother?
Well, I'm actually coming over from another live. I was with Hands in the Dirt, his Wind Down Wednesday, as
Oh,
a guest host, and I went ahead and got up at my Wednesdays. I scheduled my days like this because I went ahead and got up at 2:14.
bless
I
you.
was running a little bit behind. Excuse me, running a little bit behind, and caught that live and did that, and that was a few hours. And after that, I was a little bit amped up, so I just kind of did a early morning perimeter check like I always
Stayed up.
do, and stayed up, checked on my birds, and yeah. So here I am. And then I saw my man pop. I was getting ready to try to wind down myself, catch some R and R, and
Movie.
I seen my man pop up, so I
Right.
said, "Nah, I got to catch him. I got to catch him." So here I am.
Bless you, my brother. And I would say both of you guys. You guys are blessing
Right.
and
Right.
African dream and even and brother, I understand and that's your heart because I'm trying to get these hours picked where I can get you guys where I can catch you before you go to bed and yeah, rap about this. So let me say this real quick while I got you here, my sister. We're looking at line 26 says a partition code PARATION, a partition code. So I would say let's do this too while I got you here so we can both try to rack this out of here. We're gonna go and let's pop up this guy here and let's just do DD 214. Let's go. I'm gonna say we're gonna go. What is it? Partition, PARTION code. I think it's line 26. Um, it's usually what I go with, but let's see what this says here. So,
Mine's a
so
separation code.
exactly, and that's what it says here exactly as well. And you're 100% right. So, what the separation code is, we should be able to go ahead and look up military separation code veterans.com. I don't know if they're going to have our answer here, but there is actually a list that shows, and I got to find it, that shows exactly what all those.
What that
So here we
code
go.
means.
Yeah, so here we go here. Let me get rid of this here. And I'm just going to pop mine up over here. And so I had an LLC. I had an LCC. So let's go down here. Hopefully, let me pop this over so you guys can see this a little better here. And we're going to put this up here. So on this one here, you look at what I want you to see exactly the page that I'm looking at this from. So, like I said, I don't want you to be in this fight by yourself. I don't know everything, but we're going to try to get you here. We're the separation code on the DD214, and you see that in here. And then you can go by the alphabet. So I'm just going all the way down to mine and see if I see this. And then mine said LCC on mine. And I believe when I looked at it before, an LCC was pretty much early out or something like that. But if you notice, let me see if you notice some of these I'm going looking at what some of these stand for. So once you go to that site,
We
it's
can't see it.
oh, you can't see it. I'm so sorry, there. Let me see if I
Uh-uh.
can.
It's not
Let me
clear.
see if I can do this a little bit more. Let's go shift. See if I can open this page up a little bit wider. Command clear. Okay, here we go. All right, can you see that a little better?
Yeah, I see a little better.
Okay. Okay. So now you see some of these codes that they have in here, what they stand
Ooh.
for. So yeah, you see them, right? And you can have and this is what I was saying, when you see some of
Yeah.
this stuff here. Okay, so let me go there. I
Wow.
was,
How I mean
yeah.
that's like real private.
Yo, but see, that's what the code is. It
I
tell
want to
you
know
that.
what mine say then.
Yeah, see, and that's what if you go and depends on because people only certain people ask you for your DD214. So in
Right.
the DD14, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find my HIJKL. Let me see. I got LCC on
Right.
mine.
I'm waiting for you to
Okay.
go in the L's.
Yeah. I'm gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But yeah, this is why and this is why people they get mad at me because they be trying to charge you for this info. You need to know what's going on because this is your stuff. This is your stuff.
Right.
Nobody, if anybody should know about you, it's you. So come on, this is long list. Okay, we're in the L's here.
There it is.
LB,
Hold on. Slow down.
which
Slow down.
which one you have?
I got LBK.
All
Go
right, let's
down
see if we can.
again.
Let me go right here. Here you go. Involuntary
There it is.
discharge at the active duty obligation service.
Oh,
The
okay.
USN, United States
Hey,
Navy.
hey, completion.
Hmm. There you go, right
Yeah,
there.
completion of
LBK too.
required active
Completion required
service.
for service. Exactly. So you got that on there, and
Yeah.
hey, there you go. There you go. So you straight.
Man,
See, I
bless
got
you.
LCC, early release reduction authorizes service, right? So general demolition,
Right.
but I got the LCC for that one there. So all right,
Okay.
we got you
Okay.
squared away on that though, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Nice,
that's
Yeah.
your business. You should know that. You
nice.
should know that, and
Right. Right.
you don't have to. You shouldn't
Right.
have to pay nobody
Exactly.
for
I
that.
see all these codes and stuff and what
Yeah,
they got behind them. I
yeah,
definitely,
that's
because
great.
there's other people that I
Hmm.
know
Hmm.
that needs to try and get their stuff. I can be able to help them
Yeah,
uh to look up and see what's on their DD-214 before I
there
can
you
tell
go.
them, hey, you can go in there and get your stuff, you
There you
know.
go. There you
Just
go.
because I got mine don't mean you can get yours. Okay,
Exactly.
my thing is,
Hmm.
if because what caught my attention with you was you was talking about having that 70, 80, 90%, but you getting
Hmm.
100% pay, the
Hmm.
benefits from that.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what was that about?
Okay, that is if you are individual unemployable. So you can
Yeah.
be at 50%, 30%. But if you have IU, which is individual unemployable, then that means that you are eligible to get dental care, and you will get what the 100% gets as far as pay. And your rating will stay there, but you can get that pay, right? So at that pay,
Right.
um, you have to look at in your
Though, so
state.
do I still try and get the 100%?
Oh, always if you can go and get that, I always say hell yeah. If you can get it. Then I would say, and this is why I would say even
No,
what.
I'm saying if someone has like the 80%, but they getting 100% pay, that means they get the 100% benefits, or do they still have to go and get the 100% to get the
Well,
benefits?
no, because
Like
yeah, there
being
is
exempt from taxes and stuff like that.
okay. No, there is certain benefits that you can get if you are just PTIU or you
Unemployable.
just IU, individual unemployable. There are certain benefits that you can get. Um, you will not be eligible for some benefits. You can still get dental, no matter if you're 10% or whatever. If you're individual unemployable and you have dental problems leaving out, you can get dental work. This is from my perspective and what I've seen happen
You gotta
here.
have problems with your mouth to get dental work.
No, if you're individual unemployable, there's 8 ways that you can get dental. And I can think of somebody just off the top of my head, but individual unemployable, IU, no matter what percentage you are eligible to get dental work. If you left out of the military and you had dental problems that were not resolved while you were in active duty and you got out, you're entitled to have that dental work resolved when you get out. Individual unemployable, like you say, you're asking me about if you're at 50%, 30%, or 80%. I know a person now who's at 60%, I mean, excuse me, at 50%, and they're individual unemployable. Now, they're individual unemployable, that limits you to how much you can work. Okay. So be cognizant of that because you can still receive the payment of if you were 100, you can
Oh, I
still
can't
be,
work.
pardon me.
I can't work.
Okay, then there you go. You should be applying with whoever your representative is. If you have not already, get that individual unemployable status from the VA. Is if you already are you already receiving benefits from them now?
Yeah,
Okay, so you're receiving benefits from these
yeah.
guys now.
I get Social
So
Security and everything. I can't work.
okay, cool. Then you should get with a representative and get your individual unemployable status (IU). And once you get the IU status, no matter what your rating is, you can be at 50. Um, and if you get your IU status, you can go and apply to get that um, the IU status. You want to get the IU status because then you'll get the 100% pay coming to you. Now, getting 100% pay coming to you, I am not exactly sure at the benefit. I don't know what your percentage is, but whatever your percentage is, that's the benefits you will be getting as well on top of the pay and the dental. If anything more, I'm not exactly sure on that. I will definitely look at that, but it's looking at what your percentage is as well. I have a couple of people who are just receiving they are 50%, they're getting 100% pay, and they're eligible to get dental. Now, it depends on your state as well. Depends on your state. They say Texas and Florida is really good at this. Washington's pretty good at it as well. You should already have your license plate tags that says you're handicapped or
Oh, I get
disabled.
all that free.
Yeah,
Driver's license, all that
there you
free.
go. Right on. So yeah, so if you already
Yeah,
get that, go and see
I
about
got that
representatives.
free.
Get your go and see about getting your individual unemployable status, especially because you're not working already. So especially if it's service connected, it helps you get there or got you there. I strongly recommend you get a representative to get your individual, which is called an IU, individual unemployable status. And once you get that with the VA, then you will be pulling in about the extra, probably about 3,200 a month. All right. And so that should go well with your disability as well. So your disability hopefully is pulling in about two G's a month. And then if you get with these guys here and you get your individual unemployable status, you're pulling in about another 3 G's a month. So
I
it'll put you about
wish.
five and a half. You should be good. Yeah. So yeah, find a representative, and especially if it's service connected, especially if it's service connected, or you just have a service connected, you just have a disability period, and just go apply for it. I strongly recommend that. Just from my perspective, I would, because look, um, I'd rather go ahead and shoot for the 32 Gs and get dental work too as well. And you also receiving, I believe, like you see, you already get your medical and all that stuff. So, yeah, the dental, because that stuff is expensive, which I think it should be
Oh yeah. Oh
healthcare.
yeah,
It
I
has
go to
got
the
to be.
doctors. I gotta go next month.
Okay, right on.
I stay in the
Right on. You're doing
doctors.
your thing. So,
I have
yeah,
to go
get a
to the doctors
representative.
every 3 months.
Yeah, that's exactly. I just finished with one last earlier this week, and I hear you every 3 months.
Matter of fact, Friday I got to go see the heart doctor.
Oh, okay. Right on. Okay. Well, yeah. Girlfriend, get you a representative and call them up and say, you want to file for an individual unemployable, and let them already know your status are what your status is, and go and
Yeah, I
get
had
your.
a quadruple when I was 42.
Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. I don't know how you rock with that, but bless your heart,
Oh
girl.
man, wow,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
wow.
was
Hey,
15
I just
years
want to say
ago, and the
thank
doctor
both of
told
y'all
me
for
all
y'all
I had was
service.
15 years. But I'm still. Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Get African Dreaming rap to us to tell people about your page real quick. I got you up here. You were about to rack out. And I wanted to say what's up because this is a cool brother. And tell people about your page and what you do.
Oh man, well, first off, thank you for acknowledging and giving me the opportunity. And I want to say to the
Bless you.
sister sifting some soil, we interact and correspond via these here internets and these YouTube spots. But it's a pleasure to be on a platform with you simultaneously, and
Thank you.
I'm really digging your content and what you do and how you do it. And same
Yeah,
thing for you,
exactly.
brother. Seattle Black veteran. I really appreciate everything you're doing
Appreciate
for
you.
vets and the information you sharing. And this ain't small stuff. This is life changing
Thank you, brother.
information. And thank you for stepping out and doing it. And uh, wow, I just also want to add, even when,
Right.
because sometimes when you go live, I might be getting ready to go to bed. I might be getting ready to start my day, and I'm getting ready to, I'm just too busy. But I'll always hit that like button, and for as long as I can, I try to listen.
Respect,
And
appreciate you.
I just want to encourage you a little bit because I see you fighting a good fight, and
Thank you.
the brothers and sisters who have served, who in a veteran status, as much as we would like to, in a perfect world, I think we'd be able to relay information to everyone. And I think you do a great job at relaying information in a clear and concise way.
Thank
But
you, sir.
not everybody retains and absorbs information, no matter how clearly you place it and put it out there. And I see veterans sometimes in circumstances where they allow their political emotions to dictate how deep they go with
Yeah,
absorbing and gaining full benefit of not only the VA but all of the veterans resources. They let a lot of different outside issues that I think shouldn't be a factor dictate the amount of care that they allow themselves to receive.
I
It's
agree.
not going to be easy. It's probably going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
You're going to have bureaucracy. You're going to have red tape. You're going to have obstacles. And no, it shouldn't be that way, but
yeah,
it is that way.
exactly.
So kudos to you for continuing to fight that good fight, put out this good information,
Right.
Thank you, sir.
and putting it where people can get it. Now, I just want you to give yourself a pat on the back and a round of applause because you can lead a
Thank
horse to
And
you.
get it
water,
right.
but
Mm,
but you can't make them drink.
there you go.
So
There you go. Thank you, brother.
Right,
And
because they
yeah,
charging
that's
people $6,000 for this information.
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, and thank you, brother, and my sister, because I tell you, I was talking to my doctor. I said, dude, look, I'm 58 years old. I said, what I'm gonna do? Sit here and just hold back and watch everybody roast? Um, I said we gotta stop this because it started even back in World War II. And the
Hmm.
sad thing about it now is, we got a lot of brothers in this dog eat dog world. um, it's just about them and what they can capitalize on. But thank
Exactly.
asking both of you for just being here and saying that because this is what keeps me going. I tell you, because I honestly I get on there and say, dude, I really don't want to talk, but I'm like,
Right.
uh,
Right.
man, when people have questions, it's hard to sleep when you don't have the answers, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
I
Right.
appreciate both of you here saying that, and I'm glad I was able to help you with the codes on that, my
Oh,
sister. And for both of you, you run into people who talk about their retirement. Ask them, let me
yes,
see
yes.
what your DD-214 looks like, and then you can go and research that code, and then you can go into even the
Right.
VA.gov. And it's like when you go into these sites, it's like it's a walking into when you walk into a grocery store and you're hungry, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Never go
You're like,
shopping when you're hungry, boy.
yeah, exactly. You get everything except what you need. But when you go
Hmm.
in there
Yeah.
and go, okay,
Yeah.
let me give you this aisle, that shelf,
For
this
Yeah.
right.
corner. Yeah. And so,
Right. They make it hard for us to find the information.
yes,
Way
yes,
overly complicated.
exactly. You both were right with that. I'm just like, seriously.
Yeah.
And I think it is, it's just to trip you up and slow you up. And, it starts to discourage you after a while. And I'm like, no, don't
Hmm.
get discouraged, And like African Dreamer said on the point, it's like, we lead you there, but, you know, um, um, you can listen to a conversation, you can find that one jewel or nugget that'll go, okay, all right, I see what's going on here. And I'm glad you got the code. You know what that is. I mentioned that a few times. I'm glad you asked about that. And because a lot of people don't ask
Yeah.
about that. And and it definitely you let me
Right.
know, sister
I'm
too.
glad you mentioned it because I never thought about looking at it.
Yeah, because let me just look at it's like, whatever, DD-214, what are you looking for on that? I'm honorably discharged. What's the problem? But there's no
Hmm.
problem.
Right.
And promise me that you will at least look for a representative to get you as individual unemployable with the VA, because no matter what percentage
I'm
that you,
unemployable.
there you
I
go.
got it already.
Oh, you
I
already got
got
that
it.
with the VA? Oh, really? Right on, right
Yeah,
on. So you're doing everything right.
I got it.
Okay. So yeah,
I
you
had
straight.
it was a fight. I
Yeah.
already it was a fight to get it, but I got it 100%.
Hmm.
But I have the pay and the
Hmm.
benefits. Do I
Hmm.
keep on trying to get the 100%? And because on taxes here, I don't know if it's there, but here
Hmm.
they have an exemption, and if I
Yeah.
have 100%, I'm 100% exempt from taxes.
Yeah. Well, you should be already exempt, because what it was is a medical law that went into effect in the Barack Obama age, that if you didn't have medical, that you would have to pay a certain percentage of money. But they will send you a thing every year that says zero, because you're covered medically. You're done. Everything that you need
And no,
medically
I got
done is done.
paid. I got to pay 1020.
Really?
That's what
And
they
that
sent me to
what
pay
state is that?
1020. Right.
What
So I sent the
what's
thing back to fight it because
mhm,
that's what I need to
definitely.
know if I can go in here going to court knowing that I'm
Mhm.
100%, I know how to fight,
Yeah.
pay the taxes. But I mean, I have
Yeah.
to have my money ready for the 1020 if I have to pay it. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, what state is that? What state are you in?
Texas.
Oh, okay. Really? I thought Texas was supposed to be the most friendly with helping
Yeah,
veterans.
you one would think.
Yeah, you African Dream. I
One would
heard
think.
it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, because what did you hear about that African Dream? I mean, I
You
heard.
know, I'm born and raised. I'm a Southerner. I'm
Yes,
a
sir.
Texan through and through. I
Yes, sir.
just spent a lot of time in living in the beautiful Northwest up there, and
Yeah.
everything we talking about in this conversation, it just put me in the mind of y- you know, and I'm not exaggerating this. The information that you provide and the conversations I hear you having is not just talk, man. This is life changing.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
life changing. This can alter and shape people's
right.
lives and help them to get the not only the care that they need, but have the financial security that they've earned and deserve for the
Exactly.
duration and the extent of the rest of their lives. So I
And the
take this seriously,
knowledge.
and the knowledge to help others. And this
Yeah.
is a big deal. And we never know what variations life going through. I tell you what, you can you
Yes.
can jump on I-5 and have every plan ahead in the Emerald Queen, and that's your destination. But the wrong shit happen. The next thing you know, you somewhere over in Lake City.
You
You
ain't
know what
lying.
I'm saying? You somewhere downtown because you got to get off that plan, and life will do you like that.
You ain't
So
lying about that. You ain't lying.
so you doing some real this God's work right here. This is
And I
God's work,
appreciate
and
you, brother.
I'm
I appreciate.
grateful for you, man.
And I appreciate you, brother. And I appreciate you both. Yeah. And it's like, I just make sure, I'm going to hopefully you guys, and you can hold my feet to the flame, is that when we wrap, that hopefully you get something that can help you move to wherever plane that you need to be. Because I'm looking, because I mean, I do with all my people, no matter what color, but especially my people of color, because we
Mm-hmm.
are not getting told, and other people who look like us are not handling their business
A lot
to
of stuff.
to
Yeah,
inform, you know
yeah, yeah.
and
They don't want to talk.
yeah, I mean, like, dude, at least try. I'm not saying I know everything, but you know what, we got people on here, and before you go to bed at night, my dear heart, you're gonna have at least something nugget that's gonna help keep you pushing to another thing. You're like, if I didn't know this, what the hell else they didn't tell me? you know?
Exactly.
And so you go looking and you go, okay, cool.
Exactly. That's where I'm at for real.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
and it's, when you get that little bit, to me, it kind of pisses me
Yeah.
off and it motivates me to say, you know what, okay, let me see what else is cracking here. And so when we jump online and chop it up, it's going to be about us addressing each other's issues and hopefully edifying us to be in a comfortable state of mind to know that we're moving in a positive direction and not be with a person who's going to be trying to, I'm rich and I do this and I don't
Right.
give two dams
Right.
about that. you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
if a brother ain't trying to help you, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I also, um, and especially with you African Dreaming, because
Yeah.
you in that doing your farming and everything. Please, hit. I want you to let me know when you have your stream up when you're doing what you're doing, so I can make sure I kick in because I want each and everybody who tunes in to be aware of both of who you are because
Okay. Yeah.
like we say, everybody's life is going through some things, but we're looking to, edify and move to a positive realm. And Wally's in the
Absolutely.
house. Salute, sir. Salute.
Wally, what's good, Wally?
Up in the
Hello,
place. Good to see you, my
Wale.
brother. Yeah, it's I tell you, it's a blessing to have you guys in the community, man. I'm telling you. And it makes me want to keep going because
Yeah.
now I
'Cause
have to
I
honestly
want you
get out.
to grow you some lettuce over there in that apartment.
Exactly. Thank you, sifting some soil. That's what I was
Yes,
about to
sir.
say.
You
Yeah.
can grow you some lettuce
Right on,
in your
right on.
apartment.
Right on. I promise you, because
Yes,
I plan
sir.
on moving out of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. You was talking about you
You
that
ain't
there
lying
is no
about that. I got a little
excuse.
terrorist too. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be depending on you, African Dreaming, brother. You're gonna be having to be my back on this one here, because uh
Hey,
yeah.
if I don't get on you, sifting some soil gonna get on you.
Oh yes,
It
he
ain't no excuses. You go get you some pot. You go right over to Fred Miles and get you some
Look,
$3
I
bags.
already got a bag for him. He can get him a bitty table, one of them fold up tables, and put his
yeah.
stuff on to grow his stuff. Don't
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
I don't
You
want to
ain't
hear.
lying about that, because I
You
definitely
can
gotta
go and
do it.
get you an arrow garden.
Yup.
Okay.
Look it
Something.
up. You can Google arrow garden in your apartment
Yeah, right on. African Dreaming
on a
says
little
something.
table
You
in the
got it.
corner.
You
It
got
In
already
the
it.
has
corner.
lights and everything you need.
Right on.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That is that.
Absolutely. We
Yeah.
talk about other stuff, but we believe in growing too.
That's
You
a
gotta grow something.
that's
Gotta grow
Yeah,
important.
you
something.
gotta eat. And you gotta
So
eat
let me.
healthy.
You are
What's
not
wrong with
lying
us
about
now?
that.
That's why I'm
You.
in the position I'm in now because I didn't right now. I was
Mm-hmm.
doing all that working
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And
in
see,
the
that's what.
military.
Mm-hmm. So, African Dreaming, you're gonna have to put up a page talking about you're gonna show us how we can plant and eat healthy over there, because you were not lying about that, my sister. Because I came back this a couple of days ago, and my A1C went up kind of through the roof for my
Yeah.
diabetes, and
Yeah.
that's eating
Mine
this
too.
this crap that they serve down the street, and
Mm-hmm.
not putting something that's really, you know, it's no excuse.
Yeah.
I had to change my diet, and then African Dreaming, you're gonna have to help us get it on that too. It's because what they say, don't call it diet no more. It's just called eating right.
Just
Right.
call it eating right. And you know what? I'm a big old country boy. I'm still, I'm pretty solid, but yet and still,
Eating right.
I mean, I'm eating right now. Don't get me wrong. I barbecue quite often over here because that's the
Hey.
thing. And as you was doing that, showing that video you showed earlier, I was thinking, damn, I wouldn't mind having some Ezel. But you made me homesick a little bit, man. Just a little bit.
that's
But
the, that's the chicken
but
over here, sis.
yeah, it's a chicken. It's a chicken spot over there in
Yeah.
the Seattle area.
Yes,
But
sir.
sifting some salt said something that's real, man. And this is what it don't really hit you until way after. I would imagine. Now I've never
Mhm.
said I was a veteran or none of that because I ain't never been cool. I ain't did nothing high speed in my life. But if I was a veteran, damn it, I say U.S. Army is the best. I say that Fort Benning, Georgia is the best damn
Mm.
place in the world to get your
Of
BCT.
course.
And I'd also say
I ain't make it
Go
there.
Army.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but
Ooh-ah.
but I digress. Who you know what I'm saying? Follow me,
Who are?
but I digress. I digress.
Roger that.
The stress don't really hit you, I would imagine, while
Yeah.
you doing it. When you pulling fire guard duty, when you pulling weekend
Till
duty,
later.
if you
No.
till later, if you an
Yep.
NCO and top come to you and say
Hey.
sorry such and such,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, good job. If top come to you and say good job, then that means you dead on your feet. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I hear
I'm,
you.
you
You
know what
said
I'm
it right the
saying? You
first
Right.
time.
yeah,
Right. Right.
you've been awake for 32 damn
Oh, yeah.
hours, and then and the whole time you thinking about, well, let me get these counselings done
Yeah.
before I
Mhm.
do go to sleep. Like that, the toll that shit
My
takes,
boy.
I would imagine.
Yes.
Because I'm just a civilian, but
Man, you
I
got
would
it down
imagine.
for a civilian.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro. I could only imagine that would just wear your ass down, and you
Yeah.
start having heart issues. You start having
Yeah.
mental, your mental capacity starts being compromised because
Yep.
we not designed to be awake for 32,
Yes, sir.
28, 29 hours at a damn time,
Yep.
multiple times a week. That shit's not healthy
And function
Hey.
right. Yeah.
and function right. So
That delirious come
yeah,
in, baby.
You ain't
yes, it
lying.
does.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
You 100% right on that. And that's what I was telling cats. And that's what usually makes a lot of people drop out prematurely. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
mental discharge. Because your brain is caught between a hard spot and a rock. It's like shit.
Yep.
I'm ready to shut down on you, but I got to get this done. And
Mm-hmm.
the first magnet of mine was talking about this as well. It's like when your mind won't shut down, um, after a while, your tolerance gets low. Your
Yep.
patience, you're just like, hey, I'm about to snap and pop, you know, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
because that's what they did to a brother. Like you said, Fort Benning. They to me, they say, okay, in order for you to be a DI, we got to send you to Fort Benning. We got to
And
send
you
you to
said that.
PODC. And then we're going to
Oh,
send you straight to drill sergeant school. And when you're done with that, we want you to run a
oh,
cycle for 3 months where you're working 7 days a week.
oh,
I'm like,
oh.
yeah, and then you get the trophy and everything, but what does it mean when you at home and they can't do nothing? You know,
Exactly.
that shit is
Exactly.
Well,
and,
they
Exactly. Hey,
messed me up when I
go
was in
ahead, sister.
basic training.
mhm. Go ahead.
They messed me up when I was
Go
in
ahead.
basic training.
What happened there?
I couldn't pass a PT test.
The
Well, and it
PT
was me
test?
walking up them mountains, and I was overweight a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
so they harassed me. They had me
Mm-hmm.
running everywhere. They would have me run to one
Yeah.
corner and then run back to formation and run to another corner, back
Yeah.
to formation. They had
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
run
Yeah.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like I was out of my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eat, they'll let me get a couple of bites to eat, then they make me get up.
Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
yeah,
year
Yeah.
did you go through? What year?
stuff like that.
What year did you go
I
through?
went through. I went in '86 and came out in '89.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Because
yeah. 86.
I tell you, as a DI, and that's I would say my things with DIs is there's different levels of DIs, but um, there's too many DIs get into it for the sake of ego, and I'm like, if I see
Right.
that you are doing your best and that
Yeah.
you are, uh, getting motivated to do better. That's what I look for when I have soldiers, because every soldier's not going to be your top gun, and I don't want every soldier to be my top gun because that soldier is a
Right.
challenge for me as well. I had a soldier who um he wasn't taking showers, and when I looked across the aisle at his bunks, I can see his
Oh.
bunk was the messiest. So I pulled the sheets back and he had all these band-aids and rock, because when you get the new boots, you got blisters and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to bring him down and treat him kind of like the Full Metal Jacket. Stand on top of your wall, like I want to see your feet, I want to see your hands. And he wanted to quit. I said, no, I don't have quitters here. And so my thing was, and I screwed with these guys' minds, and I told them this straight. I said, you signed a contract, said that you're going to come here and do the best you can do. If you don't sign a contract, then you're not going home until after you go to the break first. And they were like, oh, hell no. And so, but that was just kind of a scare tactic, but I'm not going to do paperwork to do that bull crap. Hell no. So I went and I told him, okay, you're in charge of the broom closet. That dude did the best job I've ever seen anybody do in a damn broom closet. Brooms and everything, mops, everything. And he was explaining everything to me. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn. But he found what was his stuff. And that's what I look
Mm-hmm.
for in a soldier is every soldier can't be the firing pin. Some got to be the hand grip. Some got to be the sights on it. Everybody's got to make up that weapon. So you have to figure out who's who. And I apologize on the part of a DI that you were treated like that, because some DIs are like that, where they're going off of their ego. And they want to show people
Yeah.
how they can smoke somebody, how they can dog somebody. And to me,
That's
come
where I
on,
was at.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Right. Right.
apologize for that. Yeah,
And
but
that's old
Yeah.
army. Oh, I mean, we said Navy,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
old school.
That
86,
is.
85, 86.
Right.
Ooh.
They
That's
don't
old
do that
school.
now. The happened
Yeah,
to us, they can't do it now.
yeah, at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
you're
I could
right.
only imagine.
Yeah.
I could only imagine had I ever, had I ever had an experience like that anywhere in Georgia. Uh,
Yeah.
I would only say, I'd probably say Benning might be one of them last spots
Oh
Hmm.
yeah,
where
I went in and still talk
a,
about your mama and your daddy.
a little bit of old school. Cause
Yeah.
man, I'm talking about drills with
Yes. Yes.
man. I'm talking
Yeah.
about it was some hard living. It was rough, and then I could also only imagine that you get out of that and you go to AIT and you hear cats talking about pizza parties and they got their
Mhm.
cell phones or phones on the what the hell? What in real life?
What the hell y'all
In
get?
real,
Yep.
for real, for real. I'm
Seriously?
like,
What?
I would only imagine that would have been my circumstance had
Oh
I,
God.
indulged in such an endeavor. But I'll say this, boy, from what I heard, shit, even back in the mid 2000s, ugh,
Oh,
man, drills. If you flag somebody, if you do the right wrong thing, you might get kicked in that Kevlar. You
yep.
just might get kicked in that
Hey.
Kevlar. You might
Mhm.
get roughed up. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I
Oh
heard.
yeah.
That's what
Oh
I
yeah,
heard.
they
No,
gonna
you're
rough
right.
you up. Well, when I went through,
Nah,
they did.
I went in 84. And they would
They would
still
have
take a M16
want you
and
to go
butt
to the
rifle you
drill
right in your head.
pad.
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah, buddy.
when I left the being a
Yeah.
DI, at the time
Yeah.
I left, they were telling you can't drop them for more than 10 push-ups. They had a timeout card. I'm like, what?
What?
Shit, a timeout card. I told him, I said,
They
okay, if you want to do the
get
10
there.
push-up rule, we could play that. So I tell them, get down. They get back up. I said, get back down. They get back up. I say, get back down. I'd rather just give you 50 straight than having me get up and get down. That's worse than those burpee drills, right? So,
What?
oh,
A card,
yeah,
10 put
yeah.
man.
Timeout.
I could
I,
I would imagine. I would imagine. I thought my damn first name was front leaning rest.
oh, you
If I
ain't
had
lying about
ever,
that.
if I had ever indulged in such an endeavor, that's what
Exactly.
I would think.
Yes,
Shit,
and we had to push
man.
down mountains. I was like, no, but I would say honestly, I would never. I would smoke some of my kids, but it wasn't to tear them down just because. It was to build them
Mm-hmm.
back, give them some
Mm-hmm.
substance to build them back up. Because I would say this: when I first came into the military, you come into basic training, you don't know how to clean like they tell you how to clean. It's like, what the hell is
Right.
this? What the hell is a dust bunny? what are we talking about over here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And and one thing I learned is this: you cannot, you should not, and part of my lack of better vernacular, fuck with a person because they don't know. If you
Exactly.
never taught them,
Exactly.
you can't smoke them, teach them, and then they see if they can comprehend and
Right.
get it. Then we move
Mm-hmm.
forward. Yeah, and so this is like it's certain people going to catch on a certain time. Then you have to rapture some other people another way. I mean, I had a couple of soldiers. They were ready. I was ready to send them to jail because they were doing some gross violations. But I was able to pull them back in and say, okay, look here. We got either two choices here. You're going to jail or you're going to act right. Bottom line. And if I catch anything
Mm-hmm.
else outside of that, I said, yes, and you're going to go to some other extra treatment for this shit. And so the extra treatment was, okay, you got your stuff together. You got your stuff together. I need you to show up at my office. I need you to show me your hands, your feet, your shoes, your uniform. And until you stop wanting me to babysit you like this and you start getting your shit right, we can keep it
Mm-hmm.
pushing. So let's do what we have to do and stop this nonsense. But if you want to keep showing up in my office, let's keep it going. And I have to, and that's what, like you say, you were 100% right with the African dreaming is that once I got done with all these schools back to back, then they sent me to work 7 days a week for 3 months straight. And the only thing that kept me is that my kids. I said, I
Mm-hmm.
can't, I can't sleep on you guys because you're going to Desert Storm or Desert Shield. And
Yeah.
and my dear sister, I'm so sorry too, because the recruiting station is partially to blame for that bullshit as well. If they're gonna bring you in there, they should tell you what you be ready for and what kind of weight you're gonna have to be in and all that, so they can work with you, not to put you in a position where you're gonna fail. And I'm so sorry that happened to you, but I'm glad you are getting your benefits though, and
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you're getting everything. And yeah, you passed it on to anybody
Yeah.
else. Pay attention to that
Get no
code.
rank.
Eh, What's that?
I got out as an E2.
That's okay though. You got your you
Mm-hmm.
getting what you. So let me ask you
Mm-hmm.
this, since we have you here on that,
Right.
because I
I'm
say
getting
no
it
matter
now.
what your
You
rate,
know what? You know what's so crazy? Everything happens for a
what's that?
reason because I'm just getting it. I've been out for 30 years.
Welcome to my world. I hear you. I did the same
Yeah.
thing.
Hey, that's powerful. That's
Yes, sir.
powerful, man.
Speak on that, brother. That's yes, sir. You're right. And this was and that's why I need you to show up too all the time, both of you, is because there's going to be people going to tap in and it's going to hit their ear. Because I said this too, and this is what's so beautiful about meeting and enjoying conversation with the both of you. I said this a while back ago. I said, well, I don't know everything. It'd be interesting to have each person from each service, and no matter what your rank is, when you left out of the military, how was your journey? I tell people like you, my dear lady, and next time we come on here, I promise you, now a couple of days,
It was
Friday,
rough.
is that I want to hear your story and tell people because I
Me
tell
too.
people, thank you, brother, is and I'm gonna speak when I after 30 years, all this stuff that happens to you, they may give you your back pay, but they didn't pay you for pain and suffering. You get your back pay, but no pain and suffering.
No,
And
they
then
did.
your journey to get to where you are, and then where you would like to be. And I think this real quick before close my mouth is you are going to get where you want to be. You're going to have that 100, period. And keep the fight. And talk to us too about your walk when you go through it. Are you dealing with the VA totally, or you have your own doctor? Sister,
No, I was in the medical field, so no,
oh,
I don't. The VA can't do everything because they
exactly.
have students. I
This
have
is true.
my issues, so I need opinion. We dealing with
Mhm.
my heart,
Oh wow.
okay,
Okay, yeah. You should be getting
and
100%.
I don't want these. I know the students will be looking for stuff, but half of them don't know.
Exactly.
And so, but I started on the outside anyway. I'm like I said, I was. dealing with the outside. I end up doing everything on the outside before I start dealing with the VA. My
Yeah.
family got to telling me that I needed to go because I was telling them that when I was in the service, the first sergeant kept sending me to the medical,
Mm.
and I was like, well, maybe he was trying to get me to get out as with a medical because
Medical
I
discharge. Yeah.
had tendonitis when I was in there.
Hmm.
So I couldn't make the run. I always
Yeah.
fell out. I kept falling out because I was hurting. My ankles were,
Yeah. Exactly.
and it's like I couldn't walk a block without hurting.
Mm.
So when I got out and I went to the VA, they talked to me crazy.
Hmm.
So I was like, threw my hands up and went on and did what I had to do. I had to live.
Hmm. Exactly.
So, I did what I had to do. My family told go back, go back. And they was like, go back. If he did that, then it should be in your medical records. Just go back. Just go back.
Yeah.
And I fought for it.
There you go.
I fought for
Good.
it.
Yeah, and you should be able
That's
to,
all
because
But
right.
they only
yeah,
on my
speak
ankles,
for that,
they
brother.
only gave me 10% on my
Yeah.
ankles.
Mhm. Yeah, on your ankles. So in there too, in the CFR 38, um, in the CFR, sort of code of regulations, if you get time, you can look up and see what the maximum that you get for each of your service connected injuries.
Ankle.
And I would say this too, though. Um, Especially since you have a lot of documentation. I talked to one other brother who was only getting 50%, and he wasn't even a 50% IU, but he was just getting 50%, and he had to get out because he had heart complications. He retired. He wanted to still go, but they wouldn't let him go, so he retired. He had heart problems, and he was going to see his doctor for like 3 or 5 years. And I told him, I said, you should be talking to a representative about that. And so he went, and he went to the DAV. He didn't go to Veteran Foreign War, VFW. But whoever your representative, um, they should already know. They're going to know your
I don't
IU.
have one.
Okay, yeah, get you one. I'm not saying which one you should get, but look at it. And um, I went with the DAB, and I had to stay on their ass about it. So I'm not recommending those guys. There's one of the people who's in VFWs, but think about, you already have all your records and all your medical records. So only thing you need to do is go and file for 100%. And I believe that you'll get it because this person filed for 100%. And now he's getting that on top of the 2 retirements and a disability, the 100% disability and Social Security. So I strongly recommend it. And I know, and believe me when I say it's solidified, you got one peg better than me. I'm going for my Social Security disability insurance, and I have attorneys fighting with that right now. So the other part I have, and I'm on the other side of you. You have one part, and I don't have you have another
You
part.
get
But
it. You got an attorney.
yeah, and that's because they want a percentage of the chunk of the change because they know I'm qualified. And so I'd say the same thing for you is that you are qualified from my perspective. And I think if you had a representative and just tell them, hey, here's all my medical records. I've been seeing a medical. I have already disability insurance. I'm blah, 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 blah. And I have IU. I need to see about upping my rating. So there is some certain disability benefits that you'll get. Like, for example, if you want to go get a house, if you are 100% PTIU, which I believe you should be getting if you file for that, then you can get tax exemption on certain places where you live. As far as that, as far as buying a home, you don't have to pay a down payment at 100%, and you can be tax exempt depending on your state for your property
Right.
taxes. So that's the thing is, and that's the sad thing about PTIU is that you're limited to how much you can make working, but you have to be aware of your benefits to compensate for all of that. So you already get medical, which a lot of people are suffering behind medical and dental. You already covered for that, so that's great. And then you're getting that pretty much 4,000 a year, which is great, but you want to get it 100, and that's understandable. And I think if you find the right representative, you can get there with no problem. I really do believe you can get there. Pardon me, brother.
Hey, if y'all could jump in, y'all, I just want to
Please.
say something real quick. First off, sister, it's unfortunate. And I'm sorry that it took 30 plus years, however long it's been, for you to reach um the point that you've reached now. But kudos to you for continuing the fight and recognizing your worth and knowing
Amen.
what's afforded to you. I'll start there. Secondly, something that's discouraging,
Thank
I would imagine, from amongst veterans, y'all too, especially the how can I say this? If you see, society tends to understand when you see somebody who played for the Ravens or for the Cowboys or for, you know, the 49ers, and they all busted up, right? People get that. People empathize with that. But they also say, oh, well, you got X amount, you million, yada, yada, yada. Fine.
Yeah.
But if you, like you said, you a E2, um, nobody gives a damn about that rucksack. Nobody gives a damn about that assault pack. Nobody care about that T&E and how much a 50 cal weigh when you lugging that A1 flex across whatever terrain you lugging that bitch across.
Mm.
It's like, well, oh, you signed up for that shit. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't hear
Mhm.
people saying you signed up for, to play for this because your
you.
compensation and
Listen,
the money is up front. But when you get broken down, and veterans sometimes, from what I've heard and seen, do that to each other. Well, my replacement detachment, when we got on ground, shit, we got mortared for 2 days. Okay, I get it. Fine. Maybe that wasn't my circumstance, but shit, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
this whole tit for tat and
Yeah.
who had it harder, who had it worse. That
Yeah.
don't mean. I mean, damn man. Had I ever indulged in such an experience, people get killed in the damn motor pool. You got these youngsters training and shit, backing up LMTVs and
Mhm. Oh, God.
up armored shit, and don't know
right,
what they doing because they learning.
right.
And I would also say, I heard somebody say one time they had a sergeant major that came out one day and said, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Everything that you do is inherently dangerous.
Yeah.
Everything you do is inherently dangerous because
Yeah.
you're training to be a soldier.
Yeah.
So I just want to extend my
Mm-hmm.
compassion. Like you got a former DI right here who apologized for how some things may have went during your experience
Yes,
or
sir.
whatever. And
Man.
I appreciate you doing that because everybody does have a different experience. And just because someone's journey may not have been as intense as another person's. I mean, damn, if you get shot or if you get stabbed, are you not wounded?
Exactly.
Are you not wounded? It
Hmm.
ain't even got to be this damn hard. It don't have to be this complicated. It don't have to be this.
Right,
And
right.
it
We
it,
both
it, it
bleed.
hurts when you both bleed, and
Yeah.
when veterans have that approach towards one another. I understand it, man. Especially if someone served. Um,
Yeah.
and you've trained to be this warrior, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of mess talking, a little bit of
Yeah.
elbowing and jabbing and stuff. That's to be expected. But at the same time, you made your contribution, and it's not only what you did, it's what was set in place for you to have as a form of compensation as a result of your service. Period.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right,
Thank you for real
right.
quick. Let me give a shout out to Salty Lettuce. Thank you for rolling up in here. I tell you, thank you, dear, for rolling up here. But yeah, please continue. Go ahead, my dear lady. What were you about to say?
Oh, I wasn't saying nothing.
Oh, okay. No, I appreciate you saying that, brother, because you're so right. And it's really, trying to understand each and everybody's plight. And it's like, man, and you're right, because when I got out, when we talk about hitting the ground and running as a civilian, um, man, you know, I'd say even if you got
Yeah.
an E2 deal hard, it's like how it is. It's like uh your homeboys, your homegirls, nobody's there. Um, how do you navigate to what they just dropped you off on the corner and go, here you are, we're done. And we cut service, we cut ties with
Yeah.
you now. You figure it out. And I want you to notice and thank you so
Yeah.
much, African Dreamer, for your wonderful, fabulous words, my brother, and everybody shows up. Because this is what I say, we're gonna be here to support each other. And there's more than, like I said, like where you're coming from, my sister, with your perspective. And you know what, I would say God bless me with both you guys here tonight, because I've been saying bring somebody up who is enlisted, who got out early, and I want to hear what their plight is. And then I got my brother African Dreaming, man. You got definitely shout your page out, because I want us to kind of tune into where he is too. Like he said, he gets up, checks on the chickens and everything. And I think that's solitude. And like you both
Oh
said,
yeah.
you both are gonna make me grow some plants. So
Yo,
I
you
think,
gonna grow something.
yes, I do.
You need to have a video up next week. I don't care. Like I said, you
Oh
go to
yeah.
Fred Meyer's
Yeah.
and get you some starters or something and set it in the windowsill if you got to.
I definitely will. I definitely will. And it's gonna be my thing. It's like, I gotta
Yeah,
do
you
that
can do
though.
that too.
And I like what Cartel says. Money doesn't mean anything when you are a broke veteran. And
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and I'd say, especially when you're mentally broke, you know, it just, and
Exactly.
and that's a place where geez, man. When we get older, we all gonna go through some things that's gonna test us, you know.
Yeah.
But man, you know, when we get that ass whooping sometime, it's like, I, I'll take the education, but dear Lord, don't bring that on me no more. I'm cool with it. Thank you so much. And so I
Yeah.
think he tells me, you better start giving back, brother, because if you don't, I'm gonna come at you again. It's like, oh God, So
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
guys say to African Dreamer, tell us what you do. Tell us what your page is, because you were telling us about the chickens. Tell us about what you do and what your page is, because we got to check
Oh,
you out.
well, much like my sister sifting the soil. We both like to garden. I think in some regards she's a little bit more advanced than me, especially with the gardening side of it. Now I'm more on the I do both. I like to go. My page is about my experience here with my family, with my wife living in Tanzania. Y'all, I'm a native Texan, born and raised. Spent a little time in the beautiful Pacific Northwest.
Yes, sir.
Um, and now we live in East Africa. Now we live in
Okay.
Tanzania,
Right
and
on. I think it's beautiful.
we garden. We grow a fair portion of our own food. Um, I have we started a small poultry business, but I also have my what I like
Right
to
on.
call my personal chickens right here on the property,
Right on.
and I'm just living a real simple,
Mm,
mediocre,
beautiful.
basic, and peaceful life, and I love every second of it. I
Beautiful,
love
man.
every second of it,
I was
That
going to
is
say
and
it's
sweet.
probably real peaceful.
Bad.
it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. And then
Wow.
you got Seattle Black Veteran, showing the run of downtown and going to the Space Needle. Got me thinking about some Ezels and some Dick's Drive-In and
My brother.
stuff like that.
Yeah, and I tell you, beautiful. My sister,
They
tell us
they
what your
don't have
page
that
is
kind of
about.
stuff there where you are.
No, no, no,
My
not in
page
that regard.
is
Really?
actually I'm just really getting started trying to get me a page started. I do a lot of stuff, but I forget to grab the camera and take it out there to show people what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So
it
Yeah.
I'm trying to
happens.
get there. But
All right.
I have I do a lot of container gardening. I don't
That's
have
what I
my
got to do,
stuff
right?
in the ground. That's why I'm telling you what I do in your house. Yeah, you can do it in your house because I did it in my house. I started out in my house. They
Right.
had a
Mm-hmm.
little contest going this winter where we can grow in the house, and I did
Yeah.
all different kind of stuff. I didn't show everything I was doing. I just showed me growing radishes in a fallen bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
So, but I didn't show the totes that I have other pots in with soil growing food in. So
Mm.
when I water those into the tub and the water stays in there and wicker up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
things like I say, you can do it in the house. You can
It's
grow
Okay.
very possible.
tomatoes in the house. You can grow
Mm.
peppers
Very
in the
possible.
house. It's
Right on.
possible.
I'm inspired.
You don't have to have a yard to grow,
Okay.
right? I have a couple of videos of where I did the sweet potatoes last year. That was
Oh,
my
really?
main thing was potatoes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
See, everybody is. I did the opposite. Everybody was taking their sweet potatoes and putting it in water, and they was sticking toothpicks in it. I
Mm-hmm.
tried that, and that stuff had my house stinking. I put it out. You got no, I can't do this. So what I did was I took the sweet potato and put it in some soil.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when the slips came out, I took the slips off and
Mm-hmm.
then put it in some soil. And it turned out I
That
grew
sounds
some
good.
nice
And it
potatoes.
worked.
Well, you'll
Yeah.
see it if you ever look at my videos.
Yeah.
We
I've
will.
But
seen it.
this
Yeah.
time, what I did today was, I cut up my potatoes instead of throwing my potatoes away. I put it in some soil and showing everybody that you can actually take your food scraps and put it in some soil and it'll grow.
There you go.
Right.
It's
Right.
compost, man. Some good
Right.
compost.
Hey, I just want to say something while you talking, sis. This is a little bit off subject, but boy, I'm looking at both of y'all. I'm back and forth outside. That's why I'm not up right now. Neither one of y'all look like y'all should have been going to the MEPS to do a damn thing back in the '80s, let alone serving. Cause both of y'all, you look good. Both of you.
Thank you, my brother.
Both of you. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
man.
thank you.
Yeah. This is coming from a good
Cause
looking brother too, though.
he's 58. I'm 57.
And
Nah,
neither one of y'all look like it. Neither one of y'all look like, especially knowing that what y'all have encountered in the stresses and the heartache and the being misunderstood and all of that. Man, both of y'all look great. And
good man.
you know, you threw me back when
Everything.
you said
Look
80
good.
something. Ah, damn.
I hear you,
Oh, for
brother.
real?
Yeah, I have to look at
Hell yeah.
it.
Oh
I
yeah, I
graduated
turned
from
21 in
kindergarten.
basic training.
All right, all right.
Wow.
Hey, but you know what I would like to do with the both of you guys? If we get together on Friday, let's do something because you guys do some good planning and good fooding. I'm just gonna title it, a healthy vet. You guys come up, and I want you guys to really put your channel out there, what you do, because I think what both of you guys do is good for the body, mind, and soul. Um, because when you're out
Okay.
there planting your own good stuff and you get your serenity, just chilling away from all the garbage that's out here. God forgive me just using that. It's not a good word,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just get away. And I really would like you guys to come because I want to just like I said, do the veteran channel. We can still get some good information on the veteran side, but we need to get something that feed the soul as well as feed the body. And I think you both can do that wonderfully. And rack up because
That's the wrong
you don't
attitude
see
to have,
African
Solomon.
dreaming right now.
Lettuce.
But this is a handsome brother. He ain't skinny like me. All right. So
Ah,
he does good.
no.
And you
Yeah, I'm
have to give him
country
credit
boy.
for coming from America and living in Africa and still doing his thing. and a very respectful and beautiful person. Both of you guys are.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
so yeah, and so yeah, definitely thank you guys. We're gonna get off here in a second because one thing I did say this was, and I didn't find it out until remember. I
You
think
need to go
we
to bed.
go ahead, sweetheart. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you say,
I
dear?
was saying you need to go to bed, and I do too. We both got
Yeah,
something to do
all of us
tomorrow.
need to go to bed. All of us in
I
African
said we
Dreaming.
both
He
need
caught
to go
on
to
there and
bed.
catch us
You
while
need to
what
go
he's
to bed, and I do too.
yes, ma'am. So
What time is
we
it over there, y'all?
I'm over here. It's almost 11:30. It's 11:25.
It's
And
Oh wow.
125.
you in the
Oh
morning?
yeah, y'all.
Yeah. What time is it where you are, brother?
It is
Yeah, I'm
9:25
125.
a.m.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's right on. We all bucking on some weird time, but
Mm.
I'm gonna tell
Oh
you.
wow.
No, but it's a blessing. We catch each other, at this crazy time, and we all across the country. So it's cool in the gang. And
Yeah.
what's my brother said? I hope it looks good at. I hope it looks good at 50. I'm turning 40, and I'm ugly as hell.
I'm
Hell no,
ugly as
you ain't ugly as hell. You ain't ugly as hell. Still,
hell.
I always celebrate the fact that you got to 40 and you're still living, and you be able to smile and laugh at
Exactly.
them, brother. And you awesome dude. So we gonna rock with you. And that's one thing I would say all the time, guys. And I appreciate African Dreaming and you too, my beautiful sister, and everybody who's listening. Is that no smoke? Our only issues is with the system, and we can work our way through this VA system, and we can get what we need to get because all of us have a little bit something that we can add to the pot to make this a better situation for us all. So with each and every one of you guys, African Dreamers, my sister for the soil, love, nothing but love. And
Thank you.
if
Thank you.
any other questions, I'm gonna let you guys have the last word before I get off here. If anybody has any other questions, please hit them on here, and just so you can get some love here. And we're gonna talk about getting situations taken care of, and not here to brag about what I have and what you don't have. If I don't have it, we all don't have it. So we can all get there depending on where we want to be. But
Hmm.
I believe this. They're the best of blessings. I want everybody to be spiritually happy, physically, and mentally. And one of these things that's going to help you get there is listening to my sister here, something for the soil. Listen to my brother African Dreaming, and we're going to have talk about this eating right and what foods will help you get to where you want to get. Probably but growing those things, you're going to listen to the meditation, all the stuff that these two people, wonderful people, and anybody else is on this channel, you have a right to come up and let's chat. We're talking about helping each other and loving each other and respecting each other's process and understand that we can get a little knowledge and love from each and every one of us. So, all right. First things first, my beautiful lady, you are up first. What would you like to say before we wrap this up here? Something for the soil. A beautiful person. Let me give you a little intro so I can try to work on this. A beautiful lady who served in our military service, got out of Z2, doing her thing as a disability woman, seeking to get what's all her benefits and rights, and she's coming about it the right way. Let's show her some love by listening to her. What you got to say, dear heart, before we wrap this up? I know. Did you catch me?
Um,
Go
It's a
ahead,
little
girl.
actually,
delay.
it just takes patience to be in the garden.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And that is what you need with people as well. Patience.
As
And we
well,
have to
as
learn that
well.
too.
Yes.
Matter of
Yeah.
fact, you can look at your garden as people because the things that you're going to experience in the garden is the same thing you're going to experience with people and life. And
Mhm.
that's
Hmm.
what I'm learning here in this garden. I'm first thing I did was prune my tree, and then I had to learn that I had to prune people out of my life.
Mhm.
Then I start
Yes, it
sifting the
happens.
soil. So I had to start
Mhm.
sifting people
There you
through
go.
my life.
Wow.
And it's not out of my
Mhm.
life, but through. Yeah, I'm sifting them through. So,
Amazing.
Wow.
so now I'm sowing seeds. So now I'm sowing seeds with people, and I have to be careful what kind of seed that I sow.
There you go. And how to keep the parasites off of you, off your plants. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're so
Wow,
right.
that's deep. That's
That is
deep,
very
sister. That's deep.
And
actually.
that too. Look, I got a fight on my hands. I'm fighting, and actually, you have to do that out there and in life.
Yes,
So
Hmm.
ma'am.
it's
Exactly.
and a lot of veterans that have issues and PTSD like that in the
Yeah.
garden is like a getaway. It's something you can do different. You can when you touch the soil, it's like you're getting grounded. You're grounding
Hmm.
yourself to where it'll help that soil heals your body.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mentally,
Yeah.
spiritually, and
That's all I have to
digesting
say. I don't
physically.
want to get too deep on your lives. Yeah.
No, that's real. That's real.
Yeah, take it there, sweetheart. Yeah, it's what it is. It's like we got to roll. Life, but you're giving it in a beautiful perspective as well. So that's great education, and you're right because as you were speaking, I'm imagining myself now having to go out and check on my babies every now and then, make sure they okay.
There you
make
go.
sure
There you go.
make sure I'm feeding them
Yeah.
the right soil. Yeah. Okay, my
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
African dreaming, brother, give us your
Right.
perspective and love.
Um, I say this. I think I'm gonna get to the gardening part in the conclusion. Touch on the veteran part first. In my opinion, I think that every veteran, um, from Coast Guard to Marines and everything in between, are crucial, important, worthy, and deserving. Um, Hell, even the Air Force. I'll
Mhm.
throw them in too. Even the Air Force. And uh, I really think that everybody just deserves to be recognized for their contribution because this is still a voluntary set of circumstances. So whether
Yeah.
you saw direct or whether you did combat, if you never raised your weapon in anger, whatever your set of circumstances were, uh, you still a veteran in my eyes. So salute
Yeah.
to you. And salute to your family if you have a family for being your backbone through that journey. Now, stepping away from that, getting over to the gardening side, I'm gonna say it's not only are you growing your own groceries, but it's so therapeutic when you get out in that dirt, in that soil, and you make that connection with nature. Uh,
Amen.
and you watching seeds that you sowed, like my sister just said, you watching that grow, you nurturing it. Sometimes you gotta prune it. Sometimes you have to cut away those weaker seedlings that pop up, but you can tell they not even gonna make it. All they doing is eating up nutrients and keeping the other ones from being as big as they can be. It is a lot like people. It is a lot like life because
Oh,
it's a mirror. It's like a this real soft juxtaposition. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? It's a
Exactly.
soft juxtaposition. So
Wow.
uh I
Wow.
just
Yeah.
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 And I just wanna conclude by thanking you, thanking Sifting Some Soul for being on tonight, for learning, for sharing, for discussing. Um, because something I'm learning about this YouTube space. It might not be right now. It might be tomorrow.
Yeah.
It might be next month. But you never know. Just like how I found you through lashes, and sister, just like how I found you randomly. Yet
Yeah.
here we are.
Right.
Yet
Yes,
here
sir.
we are.
Yes, sir.
So
Right.
life funny
Right.
like that. Life work like that.
And
So
I'm telling you.
it's beautiful to have positive people, positive energy, and affirmations without it even being said, because whenever I see this brother log on, sister, whenever I see you, I see your comments, I see your videos, I listen to you, brother, I see your
Thank
videos, I see your message, and that's an affirmation in and of itself. So
thank you.
I'm gonna end on that, and yeah,
Thank
that's my
thank
little
you
two
so
cent.
No, thank you so very much, my brother, and I appreciate you saying that. And along with just you and to my lady sifting some soil, thank you so very much. And with salty lettuce said, I agree with you. I used to garden with my grandmother, some of the best memories I ever have of her, and that's what
Oh,
me.
nice.
Yes, I used to do that with my mother. She was like the only person I can be out in the yard, and we just know she knows this, I know that. We do this, and we make it work, and it's beautiful. And then just the beautiful words that African Dreaming and Sifting Some Soil, my beautiful lady, has expressed. And this is what I'm talking about. What you guys just brung is therapeutical to the soul, to the mind, and if people get out there, the therapeutics from that can go into the body. And I like what my sister says, sifting and so on. I agree with you. I'm African dreaming on that. I love your analogy of that, even just like dealing with people, some of the things you got to, like African dreaming and yourself said, you got to get away some of the stuff that's going to stunt your growth, that's going to spoil you, or, that's not going to help you be conclusive to getting the best that you can get out of that particular plant. And people, I agree with you because it's a lot of people out here. And being the disabled veteran that I am, full disclosure, I suffered from severe neuropathy in both legs. And this is why I say look at, in each leg is 30% maximum. So when you're doing your ankle, see if you can find out what that maximum percentage you can get from your ankle or the maximum percentage you can get from anything else. But right now, I would say because you are an individual unemployable, you should try for that through the military and get that money as well. Because I believe, from what you're telling me, I believe that you're deserving of that. So just get that. And so I also suffer from severe PTSD and severe depression. So I'm stuck on medications, and I'm just forthcoming with that. I don't want anybody else to tell me what they're dealing with. You don't want to. Later on, somebody dig this video up of me, but I'll be 90 about that time, so I won't really care. So, you ain't gonna
Yeah.
fish no dirt on me. I don't care. So,
Right.
but I would say this, and I want you to, both of you, to know this. I humbly, and you too, salty lettuce, that's in here, with all honesty, respect, and love. And I appreciate you guys even blessing me with your time and blessing me with some of your questions so I can help get you the answers where you need to go. And I always want to know that I'm here to encourage you to do the best that you can do and know that you're not by yourself out here. I understand it could get hard, but, you know, and look at this. We are talking from three different. If I drove, I couldn't get to half of you guys or any of you guys, but here we are. And isn't it? That's a beautiful thing. And I agree with
Right. Right.
African Dreaming says, it's just a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna do this because we're gonna log out of here, guys, and I'm gonna let all of us get some sleep. And I'm gonna try to negotiate this where I can have some time where I can catch you both, and we can get up here and just share maximum. Because anytime that I'm up and you guys want to come up and you're in my room, just do that, okay? And always know
Sounds good, man.
we're here for the love. All right. I love each and
Absolutely.
one of you guys. And African Dreamer,
Thank
my
you.
brother. I promise
Yeah.
you, when we get up here, anytime you get up here and you two system soil, you want to talk about what you want to talk about. I don't care what the subject is, we can shift it. We'll get into your subject because you guys are
Okay.
important. All right. All right. Love, guys. I love
Thank
you very much. And we're gonna get out of here and get some sleep, guys. And African Dreamer is gonna get out there and shake the roof with them chickens over there. And
That's the plan.
Yes.
That's the
and
plan.
know that you guys are loved and you're appreciated and respected for everything that you bring to this channel. And I love you very much. You guys have a wonderful day. Okay. Take great care.
Have a good one.
All
All
right.
right, y'all.
Good night.
All right.
Peace.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Good night.